Hey there, YouTube. CJ coming back at you. And so I know Super Bowl's going on, and apparently there's another vape show that happens at this time on Sundays, which was brought to my attention in the comments of the last one. But we're just gonna roll with this one. I got a show happening. Thing a little planned out here for this evening. Might go half an hour, might go an hour. I don't know. We're just gonna go along with it. So I got some things to go through. At the end, I'll jump into the chat and I'll try to check it because there's been some, unsavory folks happening down there. So I'll try to check it. But anyway, it's been a little bit. So I had to cancel last week because I got uvulitis, which, if you don't know what that is, it's that little punchy bag thing in the back of your throat. Swole up so bad I couldn't hardly breathe, eat. If I talked, it like moved around and choked me to death. It was awful. And I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Apparently it was an allergic reaction to something. Not sure what. But lasted almost a week. Couldn't talk for like 4 or 5 days. Terribly sore throat. It was not good. So it was brutal. I mean, it was really, really bad. So anyway, I did get a video up this week on the Lucid kit. So if you missed that, go back and check that out. And basically the Lucid kit is an 80-watt single 18650 mod. And the big thing though is the Lumi tank, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. But a disposable tank for vapes, which is I think actually a pretty good idea. But I don't know. Your opinion might differ for sure. So, I'm thinking maybe, and maybe leave some comments, or you can tweet, follow me over on Twitter and tweet me there. Maybe changing the time, probably be the same day. But I was thinking maybe if I think there's 1 or 2 other live vape shows that happen Sunday evening. So maybe I can move this to Sunday morning-ish or late morning or something. I don't know. I'm willing to play around with it. I'm just kind of getting going here and getting my feet wet with the live streaming, which I really enjoy doing. But I can mix it up, make it, play around with it. But let me know in the comments. I won't schedule the next one. I'll wait a day or two. I normally schedule them right after I finish streaming. But we'll play around with it and see what works best for most people. Evenings work for Sunday anytime, really, for the most part, works for me. For the most part, but depending on personal schedule stuff, we'll see how it goes. So anyway, uvulitis is basically gone. Sore throat is pretty much gone, and I'm back basically. So I want to start off with WAIVO. I call it WAIVO. It's there's videos on my channel going back a couple years even about it. WAIVO. What am I vaping on? So what am I vaping on right now at the moment? At the moment, the Freemax Twister. Still rocking this guy. Forgetting what controls I got here. The Freemax Twister kit. Still rocking, believe it or not, that same coil from when I did the initial video for this guy. It's up on the channel as well. Just really, really enjoying the vape I get from it. And I just charge it up, filling it up, super simple. Boop, just slide that over, put your juice in, good to go. Highly recommend. And the juice I have in here is the same juice I've been rocking since I did that initial video, which is Daily Dose Night and 3 milligram. It's a like cinnamon sugar toast with caramel. It's really, really good. Kind of one of my go-tos. And hopefully the audio is sounding good. I'm switching up mics and settings. And like I said, still working it out. We'll get through it. We'll get it all figured out. But yeah, Freemax Twister. I'm digging it. The other thing I'm vaping on is my Snow Wolf 200 watt. This was one of those, which I do have a video coming for this and that Vape Reso mod that I used both of these for over a year. It was like a year-long torture test kind of thing with the Crown 3. Awesome flavor tank. Super simple. You know, pop the coils out when you need to. The fill is, you know, it's like a quarter turn. It's a little bit tight on this one, but has never leaked or anything. It's gotten the job done, and you know, it's all matchy. It's all goldish looking. Yeah, so this has been a real good mod too. I mean, a real good vape. Rocking 55 watts, 0.4 ohm coil, Canthal, loving it. And then this guy, I have Met 4. Yeah, Met 4, golden ticket. It's basically chocolate milk, and it's really probably the best chocolate e-liquid I've ever had. I can just vape it. It's so smooth and creamy. It's not like super over the top chocolate. It kind of tastes like a Yoo-hoo a little bit to me, but that's been super good. And then which one do I want to talk about here? So yeah, I guess we'll do this one. So also did a video of this like an unboxing of this mod, the Crown 4 mod. I also did the Crown 4 tank. I think that was in the last live show. So this Crown 4 mod is by far and away my favorite mod ever. Dual 18650. The fit and finish is just incredible. It feels awesome in your hand. The build quality is amazing, and it's got these little rubber feet, which I kind of talked about in the other live show. It's so stupid how these two little pieces of rubber, you can kind of see them there, just make a world of difference in just your everyday. You know, you're not just plunking down, you know, a big heavy hard mod or whatever. It just gives it another level of refinement. The mod has been amazing, and on top of it, you may have noticed, I've got the Lumi tank from the Lucid kit, the disposable, you know, chuck it in the trash after it's gone, done tank. This is the same tank that I did from the review, you know, almost a week ago or whatever. And it's been, actually, since I put it on this, I like the tank even more. The Lucid kit, the mod that comes in that, the mod's okay. It's a single 18650, 80 watt, little banger, whatever, plastic. The feel isn't great though, and the button is a little bit misaligned, you know, for your finger. But putting this tank, this disposable tank on this mod, awesome. I mean, this is literally my new, it's the one I grab every time. And I've normally got 3, 4, 5 mods set up and, you know, that I kind of interchange back and forth. This is the one I grab the most often, or the most, or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. It's been awesome. I love it. Actually, so much so my wife, and after I'm done here, I'll probably hop online and grab one. Once the same mod and tank, she goes, "Oh, that's awesome. I just want to chuck it in the trash and be done with it." So as far as that's concerned, you know, even sold my wife on it. So in that, I'm rocking one of our staples here, Casadega Cannoli B1, the OG, the original cannoli, vanilla cream pastry, just simply awesome juice. One of my all-time favorites. And then, what else am I vaping on here? Oh, let me see if is anybody. Oh, okay. Oh, so Dane, okay. So the other, let me go back over here. Oop. All right, so my camera's gonna not focus now. Well, whatever. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so the other thing I got here is pulled out the old trusty Lost Vape Triad, the old OG, one of my favorite triple 18650 mods ever. And on it, the Triple T, the Vandy Vape Triple T RTA. Video coming for this it'll be on Patreon. But it's been really good too. And in it, I do have 3 coils from this coil kit. They are, which one is it? They are flat twisted coils. Each coil is 0.36 And with 3 of them in there, it's showing up as 0.15, rocking about 85 watts. It's been pretty tasty. And in this, I just have the my local vape shop. It's just called SPB. It's like some kind of fruit stuff. Strawberry, peach, something, banana maybe. Strawberry, peach, banana. I don't know. It's good. For a house juice, it's good. And a lot of times I have troubles with those, but yeah, video for that will be over on Patreon. That'll be coming along soon. So that's what this little box hiding back here is. So yeah, so that's what I've been vaping on. This is probably going to be a quick show because, one, there's no one watching. The Super Bowl's on. Probably just have to change the time of the show maybe. But it'll be back up on a replay, so somebody will probably get some use out of it, I'm sure. So let's see. Nothing going on over there. So let's just go to the news, if I can figure that out. All right, let's see. Hey, there we go. So in the news, as you know, I said in my last live stream, I just want to kind of keep these as positive as possible. Not going to do any news on negativity or any of that kind of stuff. I want to keep it positive here at the Straight Vape. So I found this little article. This article is old. It's from December 2018. So not that old, but a little bit. But 5 biggest misconceptions about vaping. You can see it there on your screen. The link is in the description. So I'm just going to kind of go over the headlines of the bullet points of each one, just as kind of a reminder to anyone that might watch this video that maybe doesn't know much about vaping or is trying to learn more about vaping. These are kind of like the top 5 things to understand that when you hear them probably are wrong. So the first one is vaping is expensive. Now, I mean, if you're me or most enthusiasts of vaping, it can be expensive, but it doesn't have to be expensive. It can be very affordable and in some cases cheaper than smoking cigarettes or a tobacco product. So again, it just depends on your specific use case. Regulation of the vape industry is a bad thing. That's number 2. Regulation is not a bad thing as long as it isn't counterproductive. As long as it's not stifling the industry, then regulation is a good thing because it keeps everything safe for us, the consumers, and it keeps the manufacturers and whatnot in check so that they're not doing any intentional or even unintentional harm. So regulation isn't necessarily a bad thing. Some regulation is a bad thing. Number 3, secondhand vapor is as harmful as secondhand smoke. Obviously, if vaping is less harmful than smoking, then secondhand vape would be even less harmful than, it's just common sense. But, obviously people just like to claim shit that ain't even true, so it is what it is. Number 4, I think, I already lost count. Nobody knows what goes into e-liquids. Absolutely false. I mean, it's, PG, VG, and flavors and stuff. But there are some cases where, if a juice manufacturer or company or whatever isn't telling you what's in the juice, just don't buy it. Trust me, there's more than enough vape juice out there. You don't need to be buying some sketchy shit that you don't know what's in it. So just make sure you know what's in it, understand what the properties are, and if you're at your local vape shop, they should be able to help explain to you what it is and what these chemicals are. They're in other things that we eat every single day. So if the vape shop doesn't know, go find another vape shop. It's just that simple. I mean, you're the consumer, you have choices. And then vaping, number 5, vaping is a gateway to smoking. Absolutely false. Vaping was actually created to get people off of smoking, so that it's kind of almost ridiculous that people would think it would go the other way around. Now, I'm not saying that there's not that outlier where and of course you always hear the exceptions to the rule and not the rule, but I'm sure there's someone out there that started vaping and thought, let me smoke a cigarette, and went that way, but that's not the intended purpose. of vaping, and it's not really what the industry is about. The industry is about harm reduction. So, you know, people are dumb, and a lot of times they'll believe things that aren't true. So, anyway, those 5 points I thought were very good points to bring up. And also, as just kind of a reminder, a lot of times, even for the seasoned vapors, a lot of times we kind of lose sight of the basics. So, just thought I'd share those again. And also in the news, back over at Vaping 360, I found a lot of good articles on this site, and to be honest, I hadn't really heard about it until right before I was doing the research for the last live show, and found those 2 news articles there. So this one is major quit smoking study: vaping is twice as effective as NRT. NRT is nicotine replacement therapy. So the gums, the patches, all that shit that's actually made by big pharma or the tobacco companies. The study is basically saying that vaping is twice as effective of getting people off of tobacco as are the gums and patches and what have you. Again, link for this in the description as always. But it's actually a pretty good read. You can kind of scroll through, and there's some other embedded tweets and stuff of people going back and forth and supporting, and little snippets of the study are in there. And I think there is a link to the actual study, which if you're into reading that kind of stuff, is good. Oh, and Greg Connolly here. If you're on Twitter, follow me obviously, but also follow Greg Connolly. He's an attorney for AVA, American Vaping Association, I think it is. But super proactive against the tobacco companies and pro vaping. So good guy to follow there. But anyway, I just thought this article was pretty interesting. It's not a super long read. Again, the link to the study I believe is in there. But it just goes to show you that as we continue to progress down the road here with vaping, we're going to continue to find that it's a lot less harmful than what most people would lead you to believe. And if you're already a vapor and you're watching this, then you already know this. But keep in mind that this channel, the Straight Vape, is always been geared towards more of the tobacco user wanting to get off, or the non-user that just is always spouting off complete bullshit information, and is looking for some facts. I try to provide you. That's why it's called the Straight Vape. I try to shoot straight and just tell it like it is. So that's the news. Those stories will be linked down below. Let me get down to there. So just a few comments there. Not a whole lot of people watching, which is fine. This is, like I said, this vape show is just getting, or the live streaming part of it anyway, is just getting going. So, well, I was going to wrap up with chat at the end, but there's not a lot of chat happening. So, I guess we're just gonna end it there. So, what else we got going on here? We got this video. So we got this video happening. That'll be over on Patreon. So, okay, let's just wrap it up. Like this video if you liked it. Make sure you subscribe. Click the bell notification icon so when I do post up videos, which will hopefully become a little more regular. I'm going to try to do at least one pre-recorded and a live stream a week. So, and if I can build on that, I will. But I'm going to, baby steps. But like it, subscribe. If you thought this live stream was just complete and total utter bullshit, dislike it if you want. Leave a comment below about like I said at the beginning, if you think a different time would be better or better suit, as a whole. Follow me over on Twitter at The Straight Vape. I'm being a lot more active over there. I'm also commenting or using the community forum part or community chat part here on the YouTube channel. So be sure to check that out. Vote? No. Join me over on Patreon. Become a Patreon. I think it's $1 a month. You can be eligible to win up to 25, actually 50. There's two different levels, but $25 or $50 a month monthly giveaway for different products. I mean, it could be a tank, could be a mod, could be, I don't know, could be any kind of, all kinds of stuff. So join me over on Patreon. It'd be greatly appreciated. Help me continue to make these videos. The 99% of the stuff I do reviews for, I have to buy with my own money, so that'll help offset that stuff. Plus, keeping all this, all the gear going to, provide the content, cameras and computers and microphones and mixers and all that stuff. So anyway, Crown 4 Lumi tank, great kit. So anyway, YouTube, Twitter, Patreon, that's it. That's what I got for the live show this week. Thank you to the few people that are watching or did watch. I greatly appreciate it. If you are just joining me, this is the end, but you can watch the replay. It should be up here shortly after YouTube encodes it. And yeah, until the next time, you guys, you keep your vape game strong.